What's up, guys? How's it going? I want to talk to you about what it takes to be a masculine man. Number one, you got to be over 6 foot tall. Now, your boy here is not 6 foot tall. Not above 6 foot tall, not 6 foot tall, not 5'11, not 5'10, not 5'9. I'm 5'8 and a half. Thanks, Grandma. Little Mexican woman. Loved her to death, but she was very small. But what I do to mitigate this height deficiency that I have is I wear loafers with big ass heels. Now they're not high heels. They're not high heels. The man at the shoe shop told me they are not high heels. They're not high heels. What I do is I put lifts in these loafers with big heels, and so I have about 4 extra inches on my height. Now the problem with the lifts in the shoes is that they it makes for it's your foot's like this, and then it's even more like this, and then there's not a lot of room for like the front half of your foot because you got the front part of the shoe, and so it squeezes your fucking foot. But I mean, I'm above 6 foot. I'm like 6'1". I tell the ladies I'm 6'4". They don't know. They're fucking stupid women. And there you go. Now the problem with this tactic, fellas, is first of all it hurts like a motherfucker. Second, you can't really run in them, and walking down the stairs, very dangerous. Walking up the stairs, and kind of dangerous too. You kind of have to watch where you're walking because you're all thrown off. Also, you can't run in them. You can't walk along. If you're gonna walk more than like 10 feet, you gotta like practice at home and like build up a callus on the front of your foot because it hurts like a motherfucker. You might actually have to end up carrying your shoes at one point, but not around anybody. You don't want them to see it, otherwise they'll know you're not a completely masculine man because you got to be above 6 foot. I don't know what to tell you. I don't make the rules. Number two, you gotta have a deep voice like me. Deep voice. Okay, if you don't naturally have a deep voice, you gotta work on it. Okay, it's not that hard. Two, you gotta drink a lot of beer. A lot of beer. This isn't a beer, but you gotta drink a lot of beer because you can't. I don't think you can drink beer on camera on Facebook or YouTube, whatever the fuck you're watching this on. But yeah, none of those fruity drinks. No, nothing delicious like an apple teeny. I could go for an apple teeny. None of that shit. All right. Number three, four. I don't know. What you got to do is you got to have a beard, obviously, and it's got to be full. And probably if you're over, if you got gray in it like I do, the gray is kind of like translucent, and so not only do I look old with gray all over in my beard, but it also looks patchy. So I dye it, and granted, it's a little striking at times, but if I had gray in it, it would just look fucking. I would look old, and I would look like a hobo. Uh, Also, if you have patchy hair, if you have like literally no hair in parts of your face, what you need to do, and this also works for your chest too, because you got to have a hairy chest. What you need to do is you need to get a micro needle, uh, electric micro needle jabber. I don't know what they're called. Just look up micro needle on Amazon, and it's not. Don't get a roller. Get like a pin, micro needle pin. That's what it is, and what it does is it like jabs. It jabs your skin with micro needles. Now, obviously, It's not a pleasant experience. You bleed a little bit, but what it does is it activates the hair follicles in the areas where you want hair to grow. All right, so I did that with my face. I did that with my chest. It got a little out of control with my chest because it was already pretty hairy, and then it got even more hairy, and now it's almost ridiculous. Also, it kind of it does you will bleed. You will bleed, but don't worry about it. It's all you basically take a week off from work or something. Stay at home, microneedle your face. You're gonna have to do it for more than once though, and apply minoxidil too. That would be like Rogaine. All right, you gotta work for it, fellas. What else? Oh yeah, you gotta wear leather or flannel. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me. Leather flannel. Oh, you gotta go to the gym too. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it. That's how you become a masculine man. All right, that was fun, but unfortunately, uh, overcompensating David is not here to stay. Although I probably could pull the voice off. I could probably deepen my voice a little bit if I really wanted to, but I'd have to like consciously think about it and check myself. And frankly, after going through because I was serious about the microneedling and the juicing in the gym and everything. You know what? People can just fucking deal with it with me having the preteen gay voice that I have. I don't wear. I actually don't wear the Cuban high heels uh, in at all because they actually hurt my. It really does hurt your feet. But if you really do want to be a tall guy, find shoes with thick soles and try the lifts out. Just make sure you know how to walk in them and don't hurt yourself. But the far more important things involving masculinity um, are how you think and act. Okay, and men need to be trained to be masculine. One could say a boy needs to be trained to be a man, but a man is just an adult boy, and we've the whole man thing is wishy-washy now with the bullshit trans stuff. So a masculine man, I'm going to qualify man with masculine man. A masculine man in the modern era is not someone that is understood to be masculine by the general zeitgeist of people that are existing today. Okay, because they would cite masculine man as someone who's willing to sacrifice for their community, someone willing to protect women from blah 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 blah, or help out, give women a shot when they don't need to, lift them up, lift up the poor and the minorities and blah 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 blah. Self-sacrificing bullshit basically is what the modern definition of masculinity is being propagandized toward and onto and into men for the last, I don't even know how long, many generations. And it's one of the reasons why the West is falling. It's probably tied to the slave morality. I haven't really thought about it a lot, but that's not masculinity. That's more societal, social bullshit that has tried to, and pretty much has replaced the masculine man um, archetype that existed and what exists today. Now, what is masculine? What is traditional masculinity? Traditional masculinity basically is a component of, and probably a bedrock component of, patriarchy. Now, we don't have a patriarchy in the West, in the United States, unfortunately, anymore, and that's why it's all falling apart. But we don't need a patriarchy to be masculine men. It's just a component of patriarchy. You can be a masculine man in the society that we have now, and arguably a matriarchal society. But you're going to be viewed as the bad guy, as the villain, as the sexist, as, an asshole, basically. Basically, the bad guy in the movie is usually the masculine man. If you're going to be a masculine man in the modern day, you have to embrace the fact that you will be viewed as a piece of shit by most people. That's just how it is. You're gonna look like a bully, you're gonna look like an asshole, you're going to look like a conceited narcissist, um, prideful person that other people don't want to be. People will not want to be around you. This is what it comes down to. Men who are, not afraid to be masculine, men who have bought into the bullshit. So most men who have bought into the bullshit will resent you they will see you and resent you automatically. It will be like when I walk into a room and start talking to people, or when I go online in a not in the chat room, David, and like in a comment section, and I say things, I come off like an asshole most of the time. You need to realize that most people will not want to be around you if you're going to be a masculine man in the modern day, the traditionally masculine man in the modern day. That's just how it is. It will turn on women instinctually. They will instinctually be attracted to you as a masculine man, but you can't expect to depend on that as a means to getting a partner, except for women in their 20s who are sport fucking and gay bottoms. Those are the only ones that want you to be a masculine man, and probably just for like 20 to 40 minutes minimum. Actual masculinity is not self-sacrifice. It is not striving to equalize things with men and women and poor and rich and the disadvantaged and the overadvantaged. That's all slave morality bullshit. If other men are going to constantly be trying to drag you down, if society is going to see you as a threat, why try to be a traditionally masculine man? Well, because traditionally masculine men are the ones who are living up to their potential as men. They're the ones living their own lives the way that they want to. They are shutting out the naysayers, the haters, and going as far as they can in any direction that they want, boldly and without hesitation. That is why. You don't worry about what other people say about you. You don't worry about what they think about you. You don't give a shit about anyone in society trying to shit on you or drag you down. You try to be the best man that you can be without, restraint. And each step of that journey, you're not quiet about it. You're constantly trying to better yourself, and as you get better, you tell the world. Why? Because you earned it. Okay? If you hit a new PR or a new weightlifting record for yourself, you brag to the world, and there will be a line of fucking guys trying to saying, "Oh, I could live more than that. Oh, you can't even do this." There will constantly be people trying to drag you down for every accomplishment that you make. But a traditionally masculine man, even one with a spoiled inbred Persian kitty who will not go away, lost my train of thought. Thank you. Will you go away? Honey, I'm having a good take here. Will you go away? The bedrock of a masculine man is someone with courage. And courage is lacking in a vast majority of men in this era. And so, if you want to be a masculine man, a truly masculine man, a classically, traditionally masculine man, you have to have courage. You have to be willing to be criticized and laughed at and made fun of and mocked, because the truly masculine man, the traditionally masculine man, does what he wants when he wants to do it, and he's not held back by anyone in society. Not the women, not the other men, not anyone above him or below him. He is setting out on his own course, his own path, and going as far as he can, as hard as he can, for as long as he can. And when he gets tired, he rests or stops or dies. And he'll probably be alone for most of the journey, but that's okay to him, because he is going on his mission to better himself, to maximize his potential as an individual, as a man. So add that with the aesthetic, with, knowledge and bettering yourself, constantly trying to improve your financial situation, your physical situation. The reward of being a masculine man, um, the actual reward, and today, when everyone hates you for being a traditionally masculine man, what is the reward? Why do it? I mean, other than reaching your potential, why? I mean, why? What is the actual tangible benefit to be? I mean, for me, I'm not going to lie. For me, and I don't, well, I do, it does apply to, you know what, it probably does account for a lot of the pussy that I've gotten, but in regards to like bottoms, it's really easy to get. I can usually pull any bottom that I want. Obviously not all of them, but I usually, it's not much trouble, and I attribute that to not just the aesthetic that I've grown into, but also the attitude that I present, the traditionally masculine attitude. And once we start interacting in person, and that comes off, more so than just when that combines with the look that I have, the traditionally masculine vibe that I give off, the not no patience for their bullshit, and doing and saying what I want to them. They melt and become, I can do whatever I want with them. And that's been pretty much the same with women too. But I have to kind of be cognizant of, the bullshit brainwashing that they've been through. But other than the sex, the ease of getting laid when exuding the traditionally masculine presence, it really comes down to being the best man that you can be. And just there's a satisfaction that comes with being bold and courageous and willing to take the criticism and the mockery and the hate. Like, I can't get enough of it now. I'm addicted to the slings and arrows thrown at me in real life, in conversations. So now when I walk into a room, when I make myself known in a comment section, or online or something in a game, I push all of myself, all of my being, all of my I don't, not necessarily my masculinity. Well, yeah, all of my I push my masculinity into where I am, and I wait and I watch, and I I have a ball. Because once you become a master of your domain, to to quote to quote Seinfeld, once you become master of your domain, you are always in a home field. You always have the home field advantage when you're master of your own domain. And so the insults, the mockery, the physical confrontations, I welcome them. I encourage them because it feeds it feeds me. It feeds who I have become, who I have crafted, which is the traditionally masculine man, the person who sees these critics, sees these haters, and welcomes them because it doesn't hurt it doesn't hurt my feelings. It doesn't drag me down. I'm not afraid of the 6'2" guy who's 220 pounds threatening me because I know I can take him. I have I have the skill, I have the speed, I have the strength. I can take the insults from the stupid women and the cucks and the bitches out there because I know they're idiots. I know I'm smarter than them. And if I'm not, if I do fall to the 220-pound 6'4" guy, if someone does get one up on me from something I said or some position I've taken that is faulty, I learn from it and I move on. But I'm excited to learn from it and move on because I am growing from that failure. That is masculinity. That is traditional masculinity. Willing to grow from failure. Willing to understand that you are not the best. That you are not perfect as you are. That you're always willing to be a better person and to grow and to extend your domain and become a master of it. Hopefully, I can make this work in the editing process, but I hope this made sense, and if it didn't, I hope you had fun, and I hope this isn't going to be so long.